Hello, my name is Bruce and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to paint a silhouette. I've already done the silhouette of a moon using the plate, and I've gone ahead and I've sketched in a cat. So our painting today is going to be a silhouette of the cat walking in front of a nice bright moon. The colors that we're going to be using are going to be a dark blue, light blue, white. The dark blue that I'm using is a Prussian blue. However, blues like cobalt blue, that would be fantastic. Just add black if you don't think it's dark enough for the heavens. I'm going to paint very quickly behind the moon. I'm only painting the dark blue to about a little over a third, perhaps halfway down the canvas, this area. Then I'm switching over to a lighter blue. Now you can just add white to this blue that I have if you like, or the blue that you're using. But what I'm going to use is a cerulean blue. And I'm going to fill in this little space behind the moon. When you get to the area of the cat, stop for a moment, get a smaller brush, and fill it in with the cerulean blue. When you're finished that, take another brush, a softer brush, and blend from the dark to the light the colors that you've placed on your canvas. Get a nice soft brush. This is going to change the shade of that light blue to make it a night type color. And we're going to drag that color into the darkness of the back. In this area, we go back to the smaller brush and we blend that all in. Try to keep the drawing away from the paint if possible. There you go, that's your sky. Now at this stage, we're going to have a little bit of fun. we're going to take a toothbrush. We're going to load the toothbrush up with paint with a little bit of thinner, like so. And we're going to make a zillion stars. We're going to just run our finger over the brush. Now you may not be able to see that on the video, but there is an awful lot of stars in that blue spot. So let's continue. The inside of the moon is to be painted a white. We'll paint that nice white. And we're going to drag, if we can, some of the color that we put on the heavens. What we're trying to do right now is we're trying to make the moon nice and round. And we're putting our white, of course, into the color of the moon. You're going to be dragging blue. Don't worry about it. That's quite all right. What you're trying to do is get a nice sharp edge. Whoop, see that blue went in there? That's fine. Just carry that blue on. Right now, you're very concerned about making a nice edge. There you go. So just sort of blend that in a bit. Now, we're going back to the brush that we used for the sky in the back, and we're going to create little craters that you see on the moon. Those dark shadows, place them wherever you think they should be. If you have a picture to follow, that's great too. Next, you're going to go back to the color, the brush that you use, the lighter blue. To mix a little here in a second here. Take the blue and go all the way around the dark edges that you've placed in here. Just little X's. Like so. You leave the area of the cat reasonably away from these colors at the moment. Now drag some of these colors over to the edge. Now over the dark paint, just dab the brush that you have this blue paint on. Dab it. Like so. Can't do it. Now we're going to get white, pure white, and we're going to fill in every space that you can see that's white, then try to get white into it. Now the thing about the white, you're going to be constantly dragging blue, so keep your brush reasonably clean if you can. See, already I'm dragging blue. That's quite all right though, because we're going to be blending an awful lot of these colors when we're finished. Clean your brush. Clean your brush. Now, drag all the white that you've done towards the center of this globe. Drag the blues if you pick it up. If you pick up too much, stop, clean your brush. Just drag it in. Now, little circles all the way around what you've done. And that's going to start creating little craters, darks, shadows, lights. The thing to remember, the outer edge must be light and the center must have your shadowed areas for craters. You don't want any dark craters to the outside of this moon. Now stop for a moment. We're going to go into the area. Into the area of the cat, we're going to put your lightest blue. In this area down here, make sure you get that shape of the moon. When you're satisfied with this, go back to adding white on your moon. What I'm doing right now is I'm just taking some of this lighter blue and I'm making little dots so that I'm creating more craters on the moon. In this area here, I'd like really nice white area. Blend, blend, blend. Clean your brush. White again. That outer edge, nice and white. Now, does that look like the shadows, the shapes that you want? If they do, we'll go on to something else. If not, we'll just add a little more in here and there. Remember, every piece of white that you put on is going to cause a glow. That's enough with the moon. You don't want to get too carried away. So check it for a circle to make sure it's got a nice circle to it. In this area, it looks a little flat. So I'm just going to take some white and perhaps try to make a little more of a circle to it. Hope you don't see the top of my head here when I'm doing this. There we go. So there's your moon. Now we'll go right into the silhouette of the cat. And what we're going to be using there is going to be the same color that you use for the back of the sky. and that is, in my case, a Prussian blue. So I'm just going to put that on. There's your cat. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some highlights. I'm going to go back to that brush that had the blue on it. I'm going to put a little bit of highlights to the face. A little bit in the shoulder. Just to show the shape of the cat, the muscles, and the moon glow that's hitting this cat. Not too much, just enough to show that the moon has been hitting it with moon glow. There we go. There's your cat. Now the bottom part, we're going back to our brush again that had the sky colors, and we're going to fill this in. And don't make the area on the ground flat. Sort of create a up and down, bumpy type of ground. And while you're doing this part, look above and see if there's anything that you're going to want to correct. There's your picture basically. I'm going to put a bit of grass. I'm going to use a fan brush, and I'm going to use the same color, the blue, the dark blue. And I'm just going to find little areas where I could put some grass. I'm just breaking up the color of the dark and the light. Makes it a little bit more realistic. When you get into this area, you take your brush, add a little light blue to it, and then you can start bringing grass that the moon has hit with this moonlight. There you go. There's your picture. I hope you've enjoyed this little silhouette. The good thing about a silhouette, there's any subject can be made into a silhouette. What's different is how you place it into a painting, what setting it's made, like this one here. So, for example, this one here, you can put a tree with two birds on it, with the moon making it a nice silhouette, or a wolf howling. It just goes on endlessly. So with a little bit of practice, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, happy painting.